Whether you are a renter or a landlord, there are plenty of horror stories when it comes to damage and who's responsible.
Our Call for Action volunteers took a phone call that stopped them right in their tracks. Leah Lynchine has some advice for the rest of us.
Jake.
Lisa Whiting is a dog lover.
Casey is her dog. Good girl.
And her daughter Miranda follows in her footsteps.
Having that regular routine of feeding the dog and taking care of it was one of those small steps that can help her build longer skills.
At 29 years old, Miranda still lives at home.
She's autistic, and all of our life I've always wanted something more for her than what the doctors predicted.
Lisa recently purchased a duplex with the hope that someday Miranda and Casey could move in and live independently.
This place was always supposed to be for her.
In the meantime, Lisa rented out the property to Katrina and Jeff Gal, agreeing to allow them to keep 3 of their own furry friends as part of the lease.
Everything was going fine, and then they turned out to be professional breeders and had 14 puppies in January of 2019, in addition to the adult dogs that were here. So there were 17 dogs in this house.
Lisa says the gals were running their breeding company, Sunny Hurricane Siberians, out of her property.
Immediately when I walked up, the smell was the first thing that hit me.
The damage is unbelievable.
Their dogs urinated and feces and has done damage to the tune of about $30,000 at this point.
From soiled carpet to chewed up trim, a destroyed backyard, and a smell that still lingers to this day, Lisa had a hard time hiring someone who would help clean up the place.
We had people in here with respirators on and masks and full hazmat outfits just to be able to function and work in here.
I have not personally seen a case like that. I mean, it sounds like extensive damage there.
The Tenant Resource Center deals with hundreds of housing cases every week through its 24-hour hotline.
A lot of it is misunderstanding of how to protect yourself, and the laws have changed so much.
Whether you or a loved one is a landlord or tenant, there are some takeaways from this case. First, take the time to go through your lease.
It really comes down to, a broad understanding of what's in this legal document, understanding that it is a legal contract that, you're responsible for.
The Tenant Resource Center can help with this. They have housing counselors who can sit down with you and break down what all that legal jargon means. Second, get everything in writing.
Document, and not just in writing, but also pictures. When folks move in, it's so important just to walk around. It's so easy now with cell phones to just take pictures of everything you see.
Per state law, landlords have to provide you with a move-in checklist, and tenants have 7 days to fill it out. Lots of folks skip this step, but it's the easiest way to document issues before you make a move. Then, as your lease comes to an end, request a walkthrough to go through any issues with the unit.
I truly feel that this house has been devalued significantly.
Lisa found the damage to be so extensive, she has decided to go to court. Her previous tenants declined to go on camera, but told us in an email their puppies don't legally count as dogs until they're 5 months old, so they didn't break their contract. They also accused Lisa of fabricating the damage and said her photos were not from their rental property.
It's heartbreaking because I have worked so hard to make this a place so my daughter doesn't have to go to a group home, that she can have a life that's independent.
In the meantime, Lisa is renting the place again, though this time she's only allowing cats while she works to recoup her losses.
It's like I'm starting over.
With this call for action, I'm Leah Lynchine for News 3 Now.
Whether you have questions as a tenant or a landlord like Lisa, the Tenant Resource Center might be able to help.
We have information on their housing, counseling, mediation services, eviction clinic, and more. You can find it at channel3000.com.